Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching Boom, the Political Vigilante, making Gotham great again. Well, we talk a lot about crypto on this show, and obviously Bitcoin and the whole crypto market, as is the stock market, is very down. Bitcoin this past weekend went under 20,000 for the first time in like a while, in like over a year, I think. So I want to talk about kind of what's going on a little bit to kind of give you an idea. We are in a recession. The federal government is going to officially announce it, and the media will probably start talking about it by July 28th. So we're in it, and I want to show you this. Chinese alternative to the dollar-based stablecoins widening the use of CNH presents challenges. Bitcoin remains above $20,000. So this was in CoinDesk, and they cover what's happening in Asia a lot because Asia is a big driver in the crypto space, and Hong Kong and Singapore and countries like that, South Korea jumped on Bitcoin early. The token version of China's currency designed for offshore use, other cryptos are mixed in light trading. So CNH token looks promising as an alternative to dollar-based stablecoins, but the challenges to expanding its use are formidable. The largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization was recently trading about 20,400, roughly flat over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin has surged on Sunday after a pause in the ongoing flood of bad economic, geopolitical, and industry news that has plagued all digital assets, although markets remain unsettled. Bitcoin is still being whipped by winds of worry as the investors flee the crypto world in their race away from risky assets. Which is some truth to that. And people also, too, going into a recession, people want cash. And I said this a couple months ago. I did a video saying the ruling class is liquidating to get ready for a recession. They knew it was coming. It's coming. It's here. Layoffs are starting, and they want to have a lot of cash because they want to have cash. You got just regular investors who maybe have 10, 20, 30 grand worth of investments or something that they want to liquidate because they're just worried. But then you have the big predatory companies that are liquidating. So they sold their Bitcoin at 30, 40,000 or whatever, because they know that it'll go lower again. But also they want to have cash to buy up all of the foreclosures that are going to start happening, to buy up the companies that are, going into bankruptcy court and have to sell off their assets. And they're like, oh, wow, we can buy, whatever. Like Hertz goes out of business. Oh, we can buy all these rental cars for pennies on the dollar. Like they're looking to do that kind of stuff. They're getting ready for it. Right now, I want to talk about this. Oh, don't jump up. Cryptos received a sliver of good news when the CEO of Hong Kong-based cryptocurrency exchange Who.com tweeted early Monday that his company will open withdrawals for some tokens after announcing on Sunday in a blog post that it would be delaying withdrawals 24 to 72 hours. Still, the mood about crypto is down, but it's another reason to pull your stuff off of exchanges and put it into a cold wallet. Unless you're day trading, there's really no reason for you to keep it on an exchange. The hodler mentality is really being put to the test, and those that haven't bailed yet may be as tempted as they've ever been. Craig Iriam, senior market analyst for foreign exchange broker Onada, wrote in an email. Hargraves Lansdowne Steeler noted that although cryptos have suffered from extreme volatility in the past, the indications are that this decline may not be reversed anytime soon and that crypto winter could be settling in. Okay. So what that means is several things. First of all, the USDC is the best stable coin right now. And that's what a lot of people have done. If they have liquidated some crypto, they put it into a stable coin. They've swapped it for a crypto into a stable coin. And then it holds at that price. So let's say you sell one Bitcoin at let's say $20,000 and it goes into and stays, then you have $20,000 in the US stable coin, and then Bitcoin went down to 18. You didn't then lose $2,000. It stayed at 20. So the stable coins are also good for, you want to convert from, your Bitcoin, and you are a business you're traveling abroad, or you're moving your business or something to another country, and you have, USDC at $20,000 worth of that, you can convert it into euros or other stuff like that. So there's a big sort of competitive battle for which stable coins people are going to use. And that's what China's trying to do. That's why China they came up with a digital yuan way ahead of America doesn't have a digital currency yet. We have a digital stable coin, but we don't have a US digital currency. We don't have like the US token, US dollar token or whatever. We don't have that yet. But they've been getting out ahead of this on all of it, because we're married to the Federal Reserve, which is an illegal banking cartel that is a bunch of unelected people. The head of the Fed, is Janet Yellen or whatever, who is appointed by a president, but the Federal Reserve is an illegal banking cartel that was created in the 1920s. And they can just do whatever they want and print money. So they've helped create a lot of this. So there's this, other countries are not married to, that's why America is like, has this rope around its neck in the Federal Reserve and this utterly corrupt system that I don't know how we can get out of without going into a full collapse, which is another reason to have Bitcoin. And yes, it's gone down in value. Even if you bought it at 40, 50, 60,000, I would say hang on to it if you can. I personally am buying a little more of the dip because the dollar's not going to be worth much. You can't keep printing money the way the US done. You can't have this corrupt Federal Reserve that's tied to the central banks and the IMF. It's not going to work. So this recession is going to be tough, and it might be a crypto winter, which we might have 12 to 24 months of a bear market, which means crypto will just kind of, it won't be this constant up thing. It'll be like down, dip, down, like that. Like it won't be great. But people that were smart during the last time, when people say crypto's a Ponzi scheme, Ponzi schemes, like the tulip thing is such a bad comparison because the tulip thing never came back. Every time Bitcoin has like lost 50, 60, 70% of its value, it's always come back. It's always come back. And also like blue chip stocks like Google and Apple and, Amazon, they've had big corrections of 50, 60, 70%. All those big stocks have, all of them. That's the nature of this business. So it's the thing that's difficult right now is adoption. There's not a lot of places where you can just go out and buy groceries with crypto or Bitcoin or buy gas or whatever. So that's the interesting moment we're in right now. Me personally, and this is not financial advice. I'm not a paid financial advisor. I'm not buying any altcoins other than a little bit of Ethereum, and I'm buying some of this dip of Bitcoin, and I'm holding on everything. I'm not selling. I'm not, because Bitcoin is going to go back up. The altcoins, some of them could go belly up. Those projects, some of them could go belly up, but the altcoins, you don't know. It's project by project, token by token, but Bitcoin is not going anywhere. It will become the world's reserve currency. It's funny. I had Max Kaiser on my show a little over a year ago, and he called all the altcoin shitcoins, and he said they could all be shut down. They could be pump and dump scams. They could, even if they're legit, they could be on an Amazon server, and the federal government can call and say, shut it down. They can freeze the money. You can't do this with Bitcoin. You can't do this with Bitcoin. So he was right. This Luna and this other one, this exchange freezing your assets, and these companies going belly up, and some of them were scams. It's like he was right. He was right. And if you want to support the show, these are all my affiliate codes that are right there. But I have multiple exchanges. I've been saying you guys to do that. I learned to do that. So I have multiple exchanges. If one of them freezes out, I'm not out of it. And I have a cold wallet. I use a Trezor. Some friends of mine use a Ledger. They like the Ledger. You know, whatever works for you within your price range. They're usually about $100. They're basically like a thumb drive. And you got to keep it in a safe place, in a safe or a safety deposit box or a fire safe or something like that. But because they can manipulate this, they can do all this stuff. That's why if you have it on a cold wallet, you're in a better spot here. And if the dollar goes belly up and you have to leave America because it gets up for grabs in a civil war or whatever, and you got to, you know, then you have a shot at being able to survive. So, I'm glad. So thanks for watching the show, everybody. Thanks for supporting what we do. Those are all the codes down there. And they're also in the show notes. So thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, guys. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. That's what I'm telling. That's why I've been talking about this for 2 years. I've been talking about this for 2 years, man. And it's a way to, you want to fight the central banks? You want to do a revolutionary act? Get your money out of the big banks, get it into a credit union, and then have Bitcoin. You know, that's what I would do. That's what I'm doing. So, because this recession is going to get worse. There's going to be big layoffs. Who knows? Gas could go $6, $7 a gallon. When the layoffs start, which they've already started, I did a video on that. You know, several companies, crypto.com has laid off people. Big, you know, you're going to start having the big box stores, Best Buy and Target are probably going to start laying off people. You're going to start having that happen. And the housing prices is going to start coming. I've just noticed in the last week, more houses being put up for sale. I just saw that, which is going to, inventory goes up. The home price is going to come down. Now the interest rates are already up thanks to the Federal Reserve. So it's, be ready. Be ready for the next, 12 to 24 months of recession for sure. Be ready, man. Shave your knuckles for justice.